You see, I have always been mystical. I think that I will be around until my time is up, and this has been decided by the God Almighty, in which I believe and many other people in the world believe.
Tehran, May 1960. The Imperial Guard prepares for the return of the Shah of Persia to his country after a journey around Europe. These men form a key force, controlling the capital. They remained loyal to the Shah during the Mossadegh crisis 7 years ago. Iran today is quiet, but in the Middle East, the Guard has always to be ready for trouble. The dominant personality in Iran is the man who bears the proud title King of Kings, Lord of the Peacock Throne, Shadow of Allah, Mohammedreza Shah Pahlavi. His visit to London a year ago was marked by royal magnificence. Here, the Guard was more symbolic than in Tehran. The visit also helped to restore relations which, as the Shah said, had been clouded by misunderstanding. At the City of London, he emphasized that British know-how was playing a notable part in Persian development. This young woman comes into the picture as the new queen, Farah Diba. Again, the trappings of magnificence, this time entirely feminine. A shopping spree at Christian Dior's to choose one of the loveliest and most valuable trousseaux any bride could wish for. But behind the splendor, the necessity for an heir to maintain a monarchy which has lasted for 2,500 years. The spectacular wedding was held in the Golestan Palace. The wedding dress, white satin trimmed with mink. A Western-style bridal procession, but the ceremony according to Persian custom. No monarch in the world personally retains such close control over everything happening in his country. But it's not roses, roses all the way. Many development projects which the Shah has launched must be visited personally. Here he's opening a new bridge. The Queen must learn how to use the scissors too. Television is booming in Persia. The Shah drops in for a visit. Don't get up, gentlemen. He's a modern-minded king and wants to know exactly what's going on. A Persian sugar factory, a brand new one. Industry has increased at a fantastic pace. It's part of the plan to combat both poverty and communism. As for the land, the Shah's giving away title deeds to many of his own estates, one way of encouraging the breakup of the old feudal system. Not so long ago, the Queen was a student in Paris. She takes her royal duties seriously, but seems to get some fun out of it as well. With borders along the Soviet Union and Iraq and alliances with Western powers, Iran has a delicate balance to maintain. The army is American-trained, but the Shah has said, we're giving no military bases to any country. We are a sovereign state and have a great future. Tehran Airport 3 weeks ago. A young air hostess tells us who'll be there.
The royal family, prime minister, minister of court, ambassadors, they've come here to welcome him back to Iran. In Farsi, whenever we want to greet the Shah, we speak in a simple language and we say, Ala Hazrata, khosh oumadin be Iran. Your Highness, welcome to Iran.
The King of Kings has been to 6 European countries. He escaped assassination in 1949. 4 years later, he was forced into exile during the Mossadegh crisis. Now, although he's in personal control, he returns to a time of general elections and party rivalries. Members of the Senate in a polite and formal line, the diplomatic corps, the British ambassador, Sir Geoffrey Harrison, the Summer Palace, Tehran, a few days later. An important date for roving report. The visitor is expected, but no protocol here, no striped trousers and top hats, just an informal chat in the garden, where the King and Queen normally have lunch. The only music, the cool fountains on the lawn. A contrast of fierce sunlight and deep shade. Queen Farah Diba replied in French, in much better French than mine. First, I asked Her Majesty about the child she's expecting, and whether she was in good health.
Oui, j'attends avec joie la naissance d'un enfant. Je suis en très bonne santé.
Est-ce que Votre Majesté a beaucoup de choses à faire avec des
And then
organisations?
the Queen told me something about her work with women's social and welfare organizations in Persia.
Je suis très intéressée au développement des questions sociales.
I'm very interested in social questions, and above all, in the education and emancipation of Iranian women.
Je crois que l'Iran devait considérer ce
I think
problème.
my country should consider this problem very closely, because it's really thanks to these women that society has men who are well educated, capable, and patriotic.
Éduqués et patriotes. J'espère que le développement des organisations
I hope that the development of training schools for girls, training schools for nurses, and welfare associations could help materially this fulfillment of the women of Iran.
dirigées par la femme iranienne pourront contribuer à l'épanouissement et à la formation de ces femmes iraniennes. Et de mon côté, je suis très intéressée par ces
I'm
problèmes.
personally very interested in these problems, and whenever the need arises, I'll do my best to help.
Je pourrais leur prêter mon aide et mon assistance.
Madame, vous avez été très gentille. Merci beaucoup. Your Imperial Majesty, may I first say how honored I am for you to receive me here today. If it is permitted, might I be allowed to discover something about Your Majesty yourself? For instance, I hear that you are writing your autobiography. Is this true?
Yes, this is true. I hope the book could be published in the fall.
Do you feel impelled to take any special precautions towards your personal safety?
They want me to, but I don't know how. You see, I have always been mystical, and I think that I will be around until my time is up, and this has been decided by the God Almighty, in which I believe and many other people in the world believe. But I suppose guards and other services are taking protections because that's their duty. But personally, I don't know how to take protection.
I know too, sir, that you're a great lover of sport of all sorts. Do you still find time to take part in many of these things?
Yes, I still can find some time, especially in summertime. I hope to start soon the tennis season. And I'm going to the Caspian Sea in a week time. There we are going to enjoy swimming and water skiing. It's very pleasant.
Does aviation, sir, still come into your program?
Yes, it does. I'm flying as much as I can, although it's not as much as I would like to. But whenever I fly, I'm doing the flying.
In 1958, at a press conference in Tehran, you said, "I need 10 years to turn my country into a model state." Can you tell us something about the progress in the last 2 years?
I think we can say that we are satisfied with the progress of this program. During that time, we passed through our parliament a law for agrarian reform. Now we have a limitation on land ownership. And we have also passed very up-to-date and modern labor laws. We are even giving government land to the workers for them to build houses and many other facilities. And we admit that in many technical fields we are behind. And because we have no complex, we can accept the know-how and the help of other advanced countries. And we also encourage their investment here.
We then turned to Iran's foreign relations, and the Shah answered a question about CENTO, the Central Treaty Organization, and Mr. Selwyn Lloyd's recent statement that the détente, the easing of tensions between states, must be indivisible.
Well, I think that Mr. Selwyn Lloyd is quite right in saying so, because as peace is indivisible, so is the détente. We cannot switch your pressure from one place to another and having peace and calm and security in the world. If there must be peace, it must be everywhere.
In a few weeks, there are to be general elections in Iran, sir. Could you give us some information about them?
Yes, as I stated 2 days ago, these will be absolutely free elections. And I even said that the elections will be as free as you have them in your country or in America or in France or other democratic countries. But we have 2 political parties, and obviously a political party has machinery which is powerful, and it is usually more powerful than single contenders. But we are going to accept gladly the result of the people's choice.
Your Majesty, you've been most kind to answer these questions so frankly for the British audience. Thank you very much.
Being glad to be once again in contact with the British audience, the British people who are our friend and ally.